Hello, I am Michael Krigsman, and I am speaking with Dave Cantu, who is the co-founder and chief operating officer of Redapt, which is a system integrator. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So Dave, tell us about Redapt.
Well, Redapt is we were founded in 1996 as a reseller of data center infrastructure. So, if you can imagine, since 1996, the pace of innovation and change in technology has been pretty astounding, and we've managed to keep pace with that. So today, our offerings include cloud engineering services, and then the bulk of our business is actually systems integration services. I kind of describe us as the company behind the company. There's a number of cloud providers, software as a service providers, and people that are doing mobile apps at a global scale. And we're the company that's putting all of their infrastructure together and putting it in data centers across the world.
So these are complex projects, aren't they?
Yes, they are extremely complex projects. There's a number of moving parts. Our team handles the project management, keeps our customer up to date on the overall status. They have to continually work with vendors on lead times, which impact our ability to go into production. And then we also manage, obviously, the facility. They have unique power requirements. And when you're deploying at scale, those facilities get pretty large. In addition, we have to manage kind of on demand labor to do the physical work, the cabling. And then we have built our own automation platform, which configures each system very rapidly and obviously more accurately than humans can do. And then, aside from that, we're actually replacing failed parts at our facility. So we're dealing with the OEMs and processing RMAs. And finally, we handle the global delivery logistics. So if you can imagine, a single customer, purchasing, this year we're going to do about $500 million in business. And about 450 million of that is infrastructure. So it's a lot of things to swallow. You can't have it all land at the same time, or we'd be buried in infrastructure. So it takes a lot of planning.
So you have multiple work streams and multiple chains of activities going on simultaneously.
Yeah, at any point in time, we're probably, right now we have, over $100 million of projects that we're executing against. So there's a number of projects, and that's integration center services, and it's actually engineering services where we're doing application development or migration. So on one side of the house, it's very process and manufacturing oriented, and then on the other side of the house, it's actually very consultative in nature.
So it's really two different business models in a sense as well under one roof.
Absolutely.
All right. So how do you manage these projects?
So we manage all of these projects with your typical your project management kind of a PMO, right? A project management office. And this group of managers, we leverage a product called Liquid Planner, which we put all of our projects into. That can be integration center projects, engineering services product projects, our internal projects, right? We have internal initiatives and things, and we like to manage through the same process. So the project manager is essentially the quarterback. And then for larger, for kind of our largest and most critical projects, we actually assign a team, and each one of those team members has a role within the project.
And what are some of the complexities or challenges that you face when you're managing this type of complicated environment?
Well, I think it, the complexities really arise from what our primary goal is, and our primary goal is, really exceeding our customers, expectations of delivery times and quality, and then making sure that things are done right. So, um, starting from that means that we have to manage our vendors, that we've got to have very tight control of or change orders and all of the things that happen throughout a project, and then making sure that we're communicating that good news and sometimes not great news back to our clients, and being transparent about blocking issues and things that are impacting our ability to deliver.
Let's close out with advice that you might have for other people who are trying to manage in complex environments. What do you do to make it work right in the end?
Well, in the end, it's really about the team and the people that you have in place and establishing, very, very good and tight communication. Liquid Planner is a great tool for us, and we use a few other communication tools, but it really all boils down to the people. You can have the greatest tool on earth, but if you don't have people that are proficient in project management, good in communication skills, it really doesn't matter what's underneath.
So communication across the team and the various participants in the project is a key factor.
I would absolutely say that. And, in our case, it's communication within our team, it's communication with our clients, and it's communication with our partners. And we're kind of in the middle of all that. So um, it just takes very, very strong communication skills and common sense.
Fantastic. Dave, thank you for spending the time with us.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So we've been talking with Dave Cantu, who is the co-founder and chief operating officer of Redapt, and he has shared some lessons on managing very complex projects and environments. Thanks so much, Dave. Have a great day.
Thank you.